I'm not going to grow up, and you can't make me.
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Three Hit Combo Podcast, the world's most bro podcast. My name is Matt, and I am here with Skylar and Andy. What's up, guys?
Sup, bro?
Not a lot.
How you guys doing? How you bros doing?
Yo, I got my
Broing out? Got your hat tilted to the side and your
Jaeger bombs,
pink polo
my
on.
protein shakes.
You Live Strong bracelet.
Did you guys see that I just got a new Japanese tattoo on my back?
Oh, what's it say, bro?
I don't know.
It says strength.
It says, fire from within
Kind of looks like
my
penis.
balls.
I'm juicing, bro. I'm juicing.
Oh, yeah.
You guys want to go play Halo?
Some COD, bro.
You
COD.
can play some COD.
Some COD all the way, bro.
So, how was your bros week?
It was good. So, all right, come in here. I got a story. My buddy called me and he's like, "Hey, you can get the Batman Beyond skin for Arkham Asylum if you buy a NOS, and then you enter in the code and everything, and you get the free skin." So I go to Hy-Vee and I'm looking at the can, and I'm like, "All right, cool. It's got you just need the NOS rewards points." But I looked at the can I was holding. I was like, "Oh, it's sugar free." So I put it back and just grabbed the green one. I'm driving here. And I opened it, and I realized, like, it's on the back of the tab. Well, I opened it, and the tab was see-through, and then I looked at the can, and it didn't have, like, the NOS rewards. And I'm like, son of a bitch!
No!
I didn't want two NOSes in my system, so I threw it out the window. And then after I threw it out the window, I realized I could have gave that to Skylar or Matt. Now I feel like a douche. So then I went to another gas station and got the right one, and then I drank that one.
So then you did have two NOSes in your system.
No, I drank like 2 sips, realized it wasn't the NOS I wanted, and then
Oh,
threw
okay.
it out the
So,
window.
yeah, got
out
it.
of anger that I spent money
Just
on
threw it right out the window.
Yeah.
Just-
And I was like, I could have gave this to someone. Yeah, that's my story.
Yeah. Interesting. This week I had to go to the doctor and get blood taken. Turns out I got enough liver enzymes for everybody.
Nice.
No, they're elevated, apparently. I don't know what that means. They didn't seem concerned, but...
You're a carrier.
Oh, yeah, and I have mono again.
How's
Nice.
that going?
Yeah, well...
We better not kiss.
See, damn it. That's what we do after every podcast. A good podcast.
Like that shower drop that you have.
Oh, exactly. Andy, I'm installing a shower so we can shower together. We don't just shower.
We share a bed.
But,
if you look at our Facebook.
Yeah. Apparently, it's really rare to get mono twice, so you know what that means. I am the 1%.
There you go.
Shut
He's just like, shut up. But I bruised decently. Actually, it's kind of going away, but I had a bruise where they took the blood because, like, I give blood a lot. You know, I donate blood, and every time I go in, it's just a pinch. This one was like a stabbing thing. It was just like, ugh.
Yeah, but they use those crazy, like, vacuum tubes.
I know, but it was just like, fuck.
Was it that last time that all of us went together that we had the nurse that just kept stabbing the arteries? Or our veins?
Oh, I
trying to
don't-
find one.
Just pulling it straight out of the off the surface, not even like...
I don't remember. I know I told the lady at the doctor's office, I was like, I donate blood a lot, so there might be a marking for you. She was way off. But I should have been like, I donate blood a lot, and I do heroin occasionally, so... There's an opening there for you.
You can find it.
I remember the time we all went to give blood, and you had to get yours taken out like halfway through. And you bruised like crazy, dude. Your arm was all bruised up. I've never bruised after donating blood, but...
You want to know something awesome?
What?
All right. I'm AB positive. I'm a universal donor. And I've never given blood. That's right. Fuck you, Red Cross. You'll never find me.
The Red Claw.
'Cause they're always like sending you emails and calling you and shit. Just be like, hey, it's been like 3 months. Do you want to give blood again?
My dad
Never.
said I died when they called the house. They kept calling twice a day. And like after a week, my dad's like, he's dead. And then just hung up and they stopped calling.
Nice.
They never call me. Apparently they just don't care about A positive blood.
See,
I don't
when
even
they
know that.
called me...
They just don't want me.
When they called me when I turned 18, I told them I just got a tattoo, which was true. Well, wasn't totally true. I got a tattoo the next day.
Yeah.
But then you can't give blood for a year.
Well, you also can't give blood if you've had sexual contact with a man, even if it was just once.
What if it was accidental? Like, we were both in the shower, and then he fell over, and I was going to help him up, but then I slipped.
I think that still counts.
It does? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And we were all, like, we got in a water balloon flight, so there's water everywhere, and we had to take our clothes off.
There was another one that's like, have you ever had, one of the questionnaire things is like, have you ever had gay sex past 1974 or something like that? So if you've had it pre-74, chances are you don't have AIDS.
Boom. Someone drew the lucky straw.
Is
Or
AB,
put it back
is
in the
AB
pot.
positive the really rare one?
No,
what's the rare
AB
blood?
negative is the really rare one.
All right.
AB positive is the one that can give to everyone. Or no, can receive from everyone?
Those confuse me, like O and
I
AB.
think
I'll look it up
I'm
right
O
now.
positive. I know that. I just looked.
I think O positive might be able to give to everyone.
All right. Yeah, I know there's one that they can get from everyone, and then there's one that can give to everyone, and then there's the super rare one.
Yeah, here. Talk amongst yourselves real quick.
How'd you figure out your blood type? Mine was on my blood donor card. That's how I know. I don't think they put it on your license.
I was just, because I'm an organ donor, maybe they put
Oh.
that in there. But no, they didn't. I think my dad told me, because my dad's B positive and my mom's like
Okay,
B
type
positive.
O is considered the universal donor.
Universal donor. So
So
I'm the universal
is there-
receiver.
is there
I'm the
an-
whore.
Is
Yeah.
there an O negative, or is there just O positive? Or O in general is the giver?
I'm not sure. I think they all have positive and negative.
I think there is an O negative, and O negative can only receive from O negative and O positive.
Yeah, and I think O
Jesus.
positive can receive from everybody.
This is like electrical.
No,
So so
AB positive can receive from everybody. O can
yeah,
only receive from O.
An O positive, yeah, can give. Yeah, O can only receive from O, but O can give to everybody else. This is riveting. People are like, yes, blood.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
O's kind of screwed.
I've got A positive, so I guess I can get it from A and O.
Ayo.
Is
What kind of blood do you need? Ayo.
that $1? Is that $1?
I don't know.
It wasn't a blade
That was
or
pretty
something.
bad though. Like it wasn't very good.
When are we gonna have an actual jar for money?
Oh, speaking of which, if we ever do get a jar and buy alcohol, because of my apparent liver enzymes, I can't drink alcohol for a while.
No.
They
You
said
just get Kool-Aid jammers.
they said just don't drink it until we do another blood test. So.
Well, bummer.
Nice.
I should donate my enzymes. If I have too many,
Science.
just get rid of some, right? It works like that.
I think people can use enzymes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, we never made it around to my side of the table for how my weekend went.
But hold on,
it's
first.
okay.
Was that $1 though?
Oh, yeah.
I guess my weekend doesn't matter. So
We'll get to you, but was that $1?
Personally, I think I'm indifferent because that was just a response.
But it was pretty crappy.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's $1.
That's $1.
I think
Andy's
that might
first
be-
$1.
Yeah,
all
that's
right.
Andy's first $1. He's always playing it safe. He's like, covering his bases, making sure like, is this going to be a pun? No, I'm going to hold off.
Took him 16 episodes to.
We're really up to 16?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Nice.
I lost track. Someone asked me, I was like, 12?
12. Episode 4.
Yeah, I think I told someone that like we just broke half a dozen or. It's our first podcast episode's coming out this weekend.
I don't know what I've been doing the rest of the weeks, but
So, Skylar,
how's
how was your week?
Oh, it was nothing special. I mean, like all my days are just like,
how's old mother bread treating you?
it's doing okay. I kind of expected it would be different, but then totally knew it was going to be the same. So I haven't been surprised.
It's good.
But basically every single day throughout this entire week has just been leading up to Skyrim. Because now we have like, 3 days, 4 nights?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
No. No.
So are you still gonna
You're
do
off key.
the rocking down the Dodge?
Yeah, I'm still going to go down Dodge. There is construction, which I actually kind of foresaw. That was in my vision.
Are you gonna play Dragon Force while you're driving too?
Yeah, but I won't be able to play it on my car radio because one of the speakers is blown out, and also the tape deck doesn't work, so I can't do the MP3 player to tape deck conversion. So I'm probably just gonna do it on my headphones, which is always safe.
Get a boombox and put in put in a bunch of big batteries like.
I don't want to be
C batteries
Sam
or something.
fucking Hauser. I'm so poor. I have to put another radio.
Get
in
one of
my
those
car.
big rectangular ones, and then when you get out of your car, put it on your shoulder and walk up to freaking GameStop with that on your shoulder.
Dragon
Blare it
Force.
over the stupid GameStop what is the weird ads that they have that play throughout the day.
Oh yeah.
Hey, power to the players at GameStop.
I hate that stupid rabbit. I really don't like him.
Oh yeah.
That reminds me of the rabbits or whatever.
Yeah,
Just a
which is
copy
not
of it.
Rayman. Has
No.
nothing to do with Rayman.
Yeah.
I think it was created by the Ansel guy, but I think that's about it.
It's just Rayman's rabbits, or
Oh.
rabbids,
Hmm.
whatever.
All
So,
right.
we're going to start off this week, like we do many weeks, with gaming news.
All right.
All right, let's do it.
These guys don't stand a chance.
Grab your controller and brush up on your gaming lingo. You're going to need it. This is gaming news on 3-Hit Combo.
Sit down and shut up.
All right. Guys, first up, this is from Anal, by the way. The Handy News Analysis League.
Yeah, nothing from Snow Patrol this week again.
No snow, but we have a lot of anal.
Good job. I like how
All right.
mine's actually kind of cool, but then Andy's just, anal.
I didn't come up with it.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I was like, trying to think of a name for Andy. I'm like, how can I mix this into anal? Andy News Analysis League.
See, I knew you were gonna do something like that with his, either that or like maybe make a really big complicated one for Gaywad.
The great Andy Yearning.
Yeah, like you
With-
come up with something and then you just never say it again, and it's just like, and now from Gaywad.
Well, from Anal. Rockstar calls Grand Theft Auto 5 a radical reinvention. Now, the Rockstar released Grand Theft Auto 5's trailer this week, and it looked awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
So what's so reinventive of it? Is it
I
gonna
think-
be is it gonna be a free roam?
Yes,
We already
it
did
is
this.
going to be
Whoa,
a free roam.
yeah.
But one of the things I noticed is it's very colorful.
And it looks like people are thinking it might be multiple characters you're able to play,
Nice.
which that would be.
And it is in a new city.
yeah.
It's in the town that they call Los Santos, which is their kind of Southern California-inspired town.
Well, didn't they already do like a Los Angeles?
They did San Andreas, which was based on California and Nevada.
Okay.
But now they're kind of doing like the Liberty City thing, where they just did Liberty City, but made it like really detailed. So
Yeah.
I think they're expanding it to make it a little bit bigger, but they're still going to be super detailed.
And I don't know. The main thing that I've noticed with Grand Theft Autos is usually you can associate one color with them. Like San Andreas was like orange. There's a lot of orange
Vice
going
City
on.
was kind of like green.
Yeah, Liberty City was really gray, kind of like a blue gray.
This one will be
A
the
plethora.
rainbow.
I don't know. Yeah, they did show a lot of color in the.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Looked like a big change from Grand Theft Auto 4, which is a lot of brown and gray and black.
Should be good. We'll see.
And a lot of Nico.
Cousin. Never played the game, so I don't actually get that reference.
All right, a playable Modern Warfare 3 has been leaked.
From Kmart.
No, actually.
Oh,
It might
like
have been.
torrents.
but
Because I
this-
saw Kmart was selling them like a week early.
Oh, this is on torrents.
Dude, that's the second time Kmart's fucking shit their pants with that. What was the first game they did?
Oh,
It came out like right when Portal 2 came out, but they dropped it like a week early. They're just like,
Was it
no.
Was it Mortal Kombat?
No.
Mortal Kombat came out the same day as Portal 2.
No, it came out like, the game itself came out like 2 or 3 days before Portal 2, but like Kmart just fucking shit their pants, and it was the one here in Omaha. It was right over there. Someone like picked it up, and they called GameStop. It's like, hey, do you guys still have this? Because I'm about to buy it at Kmart, and I was just wondering, can I get any sort of discount with my Power-Ups card? And then
Yeah.
they just like, no, that's not actually supposed to be out. Okay, well, I'm buying it.
I remember when I worked at Target for a night.
Nice.
Yeah, we went in the back, and this was like a week before Madden 2010 came out. And she's like, "Okay, you need to put all these out." And I was like, "This isn't coming out this week." And so I put them out, and then I left. And then when I came back the next day, I worked there one night in 1 hour because I walked out. Long story, but it was funny. Anyway, so I got there, and she's like, "Hey, by the way, those you put out last night, yeah, you weren't supposed to put those out." I'm like, "You told me to put them out." She's like, yeah, someone tried to buy it and it wouldn't ring up.
Oh, I was gonna say you should have bought one before you left.
Yeah,
but
I
it
should
didn't
have.
ring up.
Do you mind if I buy one of these?
I'm just gonna go home and put it on the internet.
But yes, the Xbox 360 version of Modern Warfare 3 has been released. It's about 8 gigabytes, the torrent.
You know, that happened with like Modern Warfare 2 and
Yeah.
Black Ops.
A lot of those happen like when games before they come out, there's like you can download it if you are a member of the press. Like you get a code to download it so you can play it beforehand. And a lot of people like
for
crack
like review purposes.
Yeah. People like crack into those and then put it on a torrent.
See, the
Especially
thing
for
I don't get.
big fuck. Oh, on a related news, I saw an article somewhere where Skyrim for the Xbox showed up on the torrents too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was only 2 kilobytes, and it was a giant. It was like a little MIDI file that said "fuck you."
No, it was like 8.1 or something gigabytes. That would have been funny though if
Yeah.
it was it.
It's just like ah.
And now you got a virus.
Nah,
Yeah, that's
it'd
what I
probably
would
be
think
like
if I saw that. I'm like, those
400.
don't add up.
400 kilobytes. I don't know. If I'm ever torrenting, especially if it's like a game, that's open source and available to the public for no charge.
Of course.
The
Yeah.
Tech 4.
If it just like if there is a game that came out like Call of Duty or Battlefield that came out, I'm not gonna download it like a week before it comes out because that thing's like a big fucking hot potato.
Also,
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was-
no.
Oh shit! Oh no!
I think it was Half-Life episode 1 or 2. They Valve released their own thing to the torrents with a tracker file inside of it, and they were
Nice.
just busting a fuckload of people.
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
I guarantee you that Half-Life Episode 3 won't be released on torrents because it'll never get made.
Yeah, dude, there's a little bit of hope in my heart, but
Hey, time splitters.
no, they're making something else now. The company got, they're making a game now.
Shit, dick. I always just
Lame.
said, like, I mean, it was a few episodes ago. I just said time splitters when you guys got in, like a little Half-Life mode, and then
Yeah,
you guys
we
were
were
just like,
both like,
oh yeah, fuck yeah.
But yeah, Crytek, the company that was Free Radical, they made Crysis 2. And then when they got done with it, they said they were going to make or they were going to try and make the new Time Splitters, and then
You look
Now-
tired. Are you tired?
the NOS is kind of dying away.
Yeah. You look like you're coming down from the NOS.
And
Because before, like, at the beginning of the podcast, you're like, hey, guys, how's it going? Now you're like Crytek was like.
well, I'm trying to put my mind's also like racing, so I'm trying to put my words in order. But
The company just
no,
decided to not even do it.
no, they got or the main Crytek got contracted to do another game by a big company, so they put that company to work. So they effectively got free or Time Splitters cock blocked.
Okay, let's segue this. Crytek has an E in the name,
All right.
which is like Gearbox, which has an E in the name, and they're both companies. So Gearbox does
That was beautiful. That was so fucking smooth. Anyway, Gearbox.
Gearbox has a eulogy in their next Borderlands game with an NPC. This is from Anal as well.
What do you mean a eulogy?
Michael John
Explain.
Mamero was a huge Borderlands fan until he died of cancer last month at the age of 22. Maybe that's what my liver enzymes are. Oh, shit.
Oh god.
His friend Carlo, also a Borderlands fan, asked Gearbox Software to have the game's snarky robot Claptrap eulogize Marimo. I'm just going to call him Michael. Why would I do it by his last name when it's so weird? Eulogize Michael. Gearbox did, and also promised to include Michael as an NPC in Borderlands 2. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
another cool thing Gearbox did was some guy wanted to propose to his wife, and so he asked Gearbox to do it, and they got Claptrap to propose.
I thought that was Portal and GLaDOS.
We did a
They
story.
both-
yeah,
both
we
did.
did a
Okay.
story. That was actually the podcast Camilla was on.
Oh, really?
That we talked about,
Portal 2.
GLaDOS.
Yeah. But yeah, they also did. It was like a couple months after the first one came out.
I showed that to my girlfriend, and she's like, if you ever do that to me, we're breaking up, and I will say no to you.
So you got an out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have an out.
It's like, hey, just buy like some crappy like quarter ring.
And you could totally get some like sympathy sex out of that too.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what's wrong? It's like, I asked my girlfriend to marry me.
She broke up.
She said no. She broke my heart. Oh, poor thing. Wow, chicken, wow, wow. Yeah, real nice.
Are you having sex with like a bowl of water?
sounds like you just stuck a vacuum in some Jello.
Or you're just punching a thing of Vaseline.
I'm having sex with the vacuum from Teletubbies.
Gross.
Or you're trying to.
Okay, segue.
Fucking Tangler.
Teletubbies, made for kids. Nintendo with the Wii makes things for kids. Nintendo admits they deliberately delay completed games.
We should just do this for the rest of the podcast.
Try and segue into every story.
Doesn't
terribly.
everyone do that though? Delay games.
Now, companies really don't admit to it. They don't really admit that they completed a game and then release it later. Actually, a lot of companies are working till like the last hour. That's why you get like DLC or patches like right away. But Nintendo says it doesn't make sense to release a lot of their games at the same time because people can't buy them all at the same time.
I mean,
Beautiful logic.
At first, when I saw this, I'm like, they're delaying games. Those sons of bit. And then I was like, wait a second. That makes sense. People can't buy them all at the same time. So spread them out.
Like, I think, personally, from a marketing standpoint, I think it's stupid for Call of Duty and Battlefield to both be like, buy us at the exact same time. If one of them backed down and went in the spring, they'd probably have a little more sales.
I would say I'd have both of them if they did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my feelings on it. I mean, still, they might still have like some carryover sales that come back in like the spring, but I mean, after release, everyone's just kind of dumbed down on the hype.
Yeah. Exactly. So.
And who cares about either one of those games? Because I'm getting fucking Skyrim.
Did you see the install for that game?
Mm-mm.
You're gonna need about 5.5 gigs.
I'm gonna delete everything.
Get an Xbox 360.
You're gonna need about 5.5 gigs.
I'll probably just get a new hard drive.
250 gigs.
250 gigs.
Okay.
I saw someone that put like a 750 gig. They took the connection out of the PlayStation and put a cord in, and it was like an external hard drive just sitting next to their PlayStation.
Damn. Put a
Terabyte.
Yeah, Jinx, you owe me soda. You can't talk for the rest of the podcast.
Let's just say his name. Skyler. It's like Beetlejuice.
Skyler.
Got it. And that's $1 for the fucking Jinx. I'm calling it.
What?
It wasn't even funny.
But it was funny that I said you couldn't talk for the rest of the podcast because that's ridiculous.
What about a fuck
All right.
you?
What?
What about a fuck you?
I'll draw it up on the whiteboard.
Well, I need that whiteboard until I can write down the rest of the stuff that we're doing.
I need to talk during the podcast, Matt, and you could totally cockbox me. So, looks like we both lose.
Segue, go!
Nintendo doesn't have games that a lot of 360 and PS3 get because they don't have the technology. So our next segment is about a game they don't have because they don't have the technology, and that segment would be Skyrim job for Skyrim.
Good job.
So let's do it. It's time to draw your weapon and venture into the unknown. This is Skyrim job on 3 Countdown.
That's a good segment.
All right, so Skyrim job this week is mostly just kind of a hype machine. Yeah.
Woo!
I
The
pulled
whole dead space right there. Yep.
I pulled out like locations and stuff like that, but it really wasn't that great. So I was just like, let's just talk about what we're gonna make, like your character.
Did
Well,
we
I
do this
mean,
last week? Or the week before?
We never really did what like.
We just kind of talked about what kind of character we're gonna make, like what kind of character.
Yeah.
Sort of like what class we would kind of focus
But
on.
like when Skyrim comes out, what's the first thing you're gonna do? Are you going to explore, or are you gonna try and do the actual main quest first?
Well, if I don't do the main quest, I won't be able to shave.
That's right.
And if I don't shave, my girlfriend won't have familiar relations with my face.
So you have an out.
Yeah, awesome. Good.
Oh, I'm sorry, we don't want to do this, babe. I'm going to play some more Skyrim.
Yeah, I mean, that's one less thing. And you know what? I was the ass clown who went ahead and got my got the day after it's released off. Yep.
Nice.
I have the 11th off on work, so good on me. Yep.
You gonna use that day to write down your review?
No, I actually already started writing my review.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, I figured if I started writing my review before the game came out, that'll give me more time to play the game.
So give us a sneak peek.
Okay. Here's how I'm going to try and open it. Bethesda has a reputation of constantly pushing the envelope when it comes to any game. So this game is no exception. Good. Yep. So what I plan on doing is just elaborating from there. Like, it has good graphics and a good story. I'm going home.
The graphics are
Good.
Story is
Good.
What if
the encounters are all.
Oh, fuck. Damn it, that one doesn't make sense.
what if you just start with holy balls?
I told you last week that my review is going to be basically, oh my god, guys, oh my god, you guys, seriously, my god, oh my god. That'll be like 90% of my interview.
One thing I kind of want to bring up with this is that this article that I read from NowGamer.com has mentioned that when looking at Skyrim, it shows that this console generation still has some legs. Do you guys agree with that? That this console generation should go on for a few more years?
Well, I mean, what are they? 2013. They're announcing the consoles. So
I would-
usually,
The Wii U is supposed to come out in
I don't.
2030.
Well, that one-
no,
I don't count the Wii U.
The Wii is
count the
always,
Wii
or the Nintendo's always been like half a step.
Yeah,
Like
that's true. They've
GameCube
always
was
done that.
half a step. You know, it was like kind of Nintendo 64, kind of like half a step.
I really
up.
I group Xbox and PlayStation together, and then like off over here's the Wii.
The
It's like-
Dreamcast.
Like, hey, hey.
Yeah.
Hey guys. See, they keep only doing half a step, which is now why we see that they're like a full step behind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like they're a full step. It's just like they're always half a step behind, and then they like make like maybe 3/4 of a step.
3/4 a step here, like Nintendo to Super Nintendo, good step. Super Nintendo N64, they kind of shuffled along there. And
Yeah.
to GameCube, shuffled a little more, and to the Wii, they kind of tripped. And
Yeah.
kind of went
And now
forward
they're
a
just
little
kind of
bit.
like laying there a little
Maybe
bit.
that's why I forgot it was the Revolution. It was running and then just fell, and now it's like Wii.
It hit its head.
Wii?
The Revolution hit its head, and that's where the Wii came from.
Yeah,
Wii U.
Dad was just taking a dump.
Wii U! That is as bad as that OAO earlier.
Oh come on!
Yeah. Well, you laughed at it, so that kind of ruined it.
That's true, but I was kind of laughing at it like, fucking Andy.
Just, oh, Andy.
I think it's still got power. The generation.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I do too.
I think on maybe Killzone 3 or Infamous 2 is one of the first games to utilize all of the PlayStation 3's cores,
Yeah.
and it's been a while. So I mean, there's still the 7 fucking cores to go on and use.
I think the to say that it can last a couple of years is kind of saying a lot, especially in like video game standards.
True.
Yeah, this is well, I mean, to video game standards, this is like one of the longest generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, remember like the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 towards the end of the thing, they were just like, it was like they got everything and then they were just squeezing out like the rest they could. So I think maybe the next, like maybe not this coming year, but like mid 2013 will be kind of like that.
Is that NOS coming back up on you?
No, it was just a random belch.
Okay,
But,
got it.
like to mid 2013, they'll like be squeezing the last of the generation out.
Yeah.
I could see that.
It was the same thing with PS2. Once the PS3 came out, they almost stopped like all production except for like God of War. That was the last game.
Yeah.
That was like the
They
last
didn't-
game that came
They
out.
didn't
God of
stop
War
all
2.
production.
Well, I mean, like,
Everything they made for the 360 and the PS3 came out on PS2 for a few years after the PS3 came out.
it was a really shitty version.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was. It wasn't up to their standards, but they still made it because
yeah,
people
they-
still bought it,
because they supported the whole 10-year lifespan thing.
which is dumb. No, the 10-year lifespan wasn't for the PS2 though. It was for the PS3.
No, every console they had. Well, they wanted a 10-year lifespan for the PS2, and they got like 9 years out of it before they stopped.
They
it.
do that by making the PS3 way too expensive.
Hey, is the new
Dude.
Xbox going to have Blu-ray in it, or is it still going to be
It
a DVD
might
player?
actually. It might.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
They said it might.
Well,
Well, Sony didn't invent Blu-ray. All right, they used the format.
no, they did invent Blu-ray.
They didn't.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
They
they were
didn't
one of
invent
one of the
Blu-ray.
founders.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
I'm excited for Skyrim, and this is what this segment is about. Yep.
Toshiba.
Yeah, and wasn't Sony one of the backers?
I see nothing in here about Sony.
God damn it! Now I gotta fucking prove myself.
All right, so
All right, Skyrim.
what characters are you planning on making?
Do you think the jumping's gonna be really wonky like the last games? Like, do you
Dude,
think
jumping was so much fun.
it looks so unhuman when they jump. Just like
If you're ever in like third person mode, like everything looks stupid, just like how you walk, because it's like if you're walking
you
in like a diagonal,
glide walk.
yeah. If you're walking in a diagonal, you're like still walking forward, but you're just drifting to the side.
Back to our side thing here. This one says that the first commercial consumer device with Blu-ray was the Sony BDZ S77, which had a retail price of $3,800 as the first
All right, I
Blu-ray
guess
player
they didn't create it, but they were one of the first, I guess, major backers.
to utilize it.
Yeah, and they were kind of like, I don't know. I read an article that said they were like one of the huge standards that helped Blu-ray win because they threw it in every PlayStation 3, so everyone had a fucking Blu-ray player.
So the 5 people that were able to afford it,
Yeah,
were all over that shit.
I had one.
I got one when it came out.
I emptied my bank account buying one though. I was
Did you
pissed.
did you shoplift it?
No, but I did get a controller.
Did you get a controller?
Yeah.
Nice.
But that was after I had worked at McDonald's and I had saved up like an entire like
Yeah.
5 or 6 months to get a PS3. Anyway, back
So do you
to
guys
Skyrim.
think the jumping's gonna be all wonky again in this game?
See what I was talking to Andy about before we got back on this sidetrack, hop the rails. If you watch anything in Oblivion in third person mode, it looks really stupid. I think.
Yeah, I never played in third person.
Is it still? Are you able to still switch between first and third?
I'm positive.
Yeah, I think so too.
But right when you leave the ground, your legs are immediately bent.
Yeah.
Like you jump and then you're just like boom, ready to land.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because like personally I thought the acrobatic skill was the stupidest skill ever. Basically, it was like how high you could jump and then how much stamina jumping took. And then if you got to 100% on jumping, you could jump off the surface of the water. But you could just get a water walking ring pretty easily.
That's still fucking badass though. Just be like,
Yeah.
You had to time it perfectly. And, like usually I could only go like 2 or 3 jumps. It was like skipping a stone. Except it was you.
Do you guys know? I read a really funny article. Do you guys know why there were no ladders in the like Oblivion and Fallout 3?
Well, there
New
were
Vegas.
ladders you could just like interact with them.
But
when
do you
were
know
in
why
that
you couldn't
room.
climb them?
Why?
Because the AI could not comprehend what ladders were. They said they could not figure out why they could not make the AI comprehend ladders. So if you're getting chased, you could just go up a ladder and you'd be all right.
nah, I can't
And
get
they'd just
me.
be like, "What? How do I shot web? How do I climb ladder?"
So hopefully they made it where you're able to climb ladders without loading.
Reminds me of Halo 1 where you didn't really climb the ladder. You just kind of it's like you velcroed yourself
Yeah.
to a conveyor belt. And you could also like climb backwards, but you kind of slid. So it's just like you're like, "Meow."
I miss the old days of original ladder climbing where it was just like Velcro, like
You're just like, "Yup," right up the ladder.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm never a huge fan of.
He shoots. He made
Nice.
it. All right.
Yes.
That's 3. We've all made one, haven't we?
Yeah, I
You
made
threw your nos in there.
Yeah, I got the backboard.
Yeah, so we all made a basket today. What do we get for that?
Skyrim.
Three-hit
we get
combo.
Skyrim. Ooh.
But I don't know. I'll appreciate Skyrim if it comes out in a third person, like with a really nice third person mode that doesn't look stupid. But I'll probably just still play in first
I have a
person.
question about the combat.
What?
Is it a lot more fluid in this game? I know I've watched videos, but like, all right, I remember in like I'll go back to Oblivion. Like, if you were to, it felt like if you hit someone, you'd have to wait like 5 seconds before you could hit him again, and it just felt like it was like RuneScape kind of fighting. Like,
It wasn't really. I wouldn't say it was like RuneScape, just because you could, if you were good enough with a sword or a dagger or whatever,
well, yeah,
could
you
just
could
like
do the multiple swipes.
you could just like sling your blade back and forth, and like it wouldn't do a lot of damage because you could like charge up power attacks, and then if you wanted to do another power attack, you'd have to wait like another second and a half. But
It just felt. It felt like, I don't know. It just felt blocky. I want to say.
I don't,
It
I would
did
assume
not
they've
feel.
kind of fixed
It did
some of
not
that.
feel fluid. That's what I'm trying to say.
the thing I didn't like about it was that when you fought stuff, they never like retained any hits from like when you hit them with like a sword or a club or anything, they would just like straight take it and then swipe at you.
Yeah.
And then like if you killed them, their body would just go flying, like they'd just be limp and like in the air. No matter, like I would just hit you with a dagger, blah, gone.
I really like in this though how like the right trigger and the left trigger are your hands. And you can do different things. Like you can have a shield with one, or you can do a wield, or you can have magic with one hand, or you can have magic with both hands.
Yeah. The thing I really like is they're including like secondary, like not necessarily like all combative spells or defensive spells or like the weird like light or whatever spells. There's some that like slow down time, and there's one that makes you dash, and I really think that's cool. Like there was in one of the videos, this guy hits this dude in the air with a fireball, or someone was flying in the air. He hits him with a fireball, slows down time, hits him with another fireball, and then that guy just explodes.
All right, I got it. Intense and fast-paced. That's what I was looking for.
When you said intense, I had to stop myself from making that camping joke again.
Oh.
Way to go. Yeah, that'd be the third time you've made that. I think we need to start adding an exponent to that.
But, like...
What's 1 to the 5th power?
How I kind of thought about it was in Bioshock 1, you had to switch between magic and a gun. And that made the gameplay feel like slow. And then in Bioshock 2, you could have magic and a gun. And that made the gameplay so fast. And in this one, like, it looks a lot faster.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I think they smoothed out a lot of the combat. That's what it looks like.
One thing I really hope they do is make dungeons and caves not so monotonous. I don't know necessarily how to go about doing that.
There's a specific thing where they said that they kind of revamped all the caves specifically.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the temples, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like how all the caves look exactly the same.
Yeah, they're just all the same, and they just winding forever, and you're just like, oh, when will I get out of this?
The same article because I remember reading about the
like
caves.
there was times playing Oblivion that like I'd been playing for a couple hours, and I come up to a cave and a quest. I'm like, I really want to do this, and I'd go and start just a different quest, and I wouldn't come back to that cave for like a year.
See, I hated going in caves just because like there were so many times where like you're walking across a bridge and then the bridge breaks and you're like down in a canyon and you're like, well shit, now I don't know how to get back. So you're like, well, this has the same name as the room I was just in, so I'll go through that door, and then you never actually meet up with your path.
Yeah.
And you're just like, shit, I already auto-saved because I got to this new room. God damn it. And then you end up having to do a paintbrush glitch to get back out of the canyon.
Oh yeah, forgot about the paintbrush glitch.
Okay, so there's 2 different items. There's a paintbrush jar, which is a jar of paintbrushes, absolutely useless, just a totally random item, weighs a pound, worth nothing, whatever. The paintbrushes by themselves, if you drop them, they didn't actually have a drop animation, so they would freeze right there in the air wherever you dropped them. Then you could jump up on top of the paintbrush and drop another paintbrush. You could jump up on top of that paintbrush. And you could, in theory, get to the castle walls of or outside of the capital city, or on top of the temple.
Yeah, after the podcast, we'll look up a video and I'll show you some. There's some crazy stuff that people do with the paintbrush.
All right.
There's that one quest in
Oblivion.
Well, the Thieves Guild. Obviously, it's Oblivion. That's what we were talking about.
Oblivion.
But the Thieves Guild, you have to steal the Elder Scroll.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
get,
yeah.
The Jacks or the boots of Spring Hill Jack, and there's someone who made a ladder out of paintbrushes leading up to the place you're supposed to jump down. Like there's like a hole in the ceiling. I'm stumbling all over my words. So what he did was instead of just dropping that entire thing, which broke the boots, he just ran down the spiral staircase of paintbrushes that he had, and
so he had to keep the boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
So the cool thing about the boots is they were a quest item, but they were a quest item you could remove because a lot of times you're not able to remove quest items. But they gave you like fortitude like plus 50 to acrobatics.
Oh shit!
So you could jump really fucking high, and that let you jump out of Breville. I figured that out. I actually found that glitch.
That's cool.
And I figured out that they don't actually animate anything outside of the city. I fell into nothing.
Just a void.
Yeah, it's just a giant blue void that you just like look up and like there's a speck of where the town was. Like it's right there, and then you're just still falling.
Wouldn't that fucking suck if when you jump out it auto saved?
God, that's so much balls.
Oh, we're entering a new area. Autosave.
All right, so that'll probably do it for this edition of Skyrim Job. It was pretty much building up the hype machine. We'll have the review next week, which is apparently almost already done. So.
Yeah, I'm about 3/4 of the way done, guys. I think
Pretty
by
sweet.
tomorrow I'll be able to finish it, and then I just got to look forward to the game.
And then just write the second draft real quick.
I think I'm just going to make like a fill in the blank. It's going to be that kind of review.
Skyrim
But
was blank.
It made me feel blank.
Bethesda did a good job on blank. The graphics were blank. I'll just have like insert, it'll be a Mad Lib of a review. I'll write out a Mad Lib.
My pants were blank when I got home.
It was blank outside. So you could put snow in.
All right, so it's a segue from Skyrim to news. Skyrim is a big game, and a lot of times when big games come out, news organizations do pieces on them, and they don't really know what they're talking about. So that's kind of like us with news. So let's go into news.
News team, assemble!
And now it's time for the 3-hit combo news desk with Matt, Andy, and Skyler. All right, Anonymous.
Wait. Good or bad this time?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay, Anonymous. This is from Anal. Now,
I'm not gonna live that.
Now, I was like, I was like highlighting this article, but really, I'm just gonna have to take it a few paragraphs at a time. So, just bear with me.
You were highlighting everything, and you're just like, well, I guess I'll just read the stuff that
it's a
isn't
long
highlighted.
article, so I'm gonna try and. I just got rid of the article.
Uh-ohs.
I misclicked somewhere, so my article's gone.
I'll
Well,
misclick you.
Let me find it again.
Well, I guess no one's going to hear anything about
Those
Anonymous.
guys.
Dude, where's my history in this friggin' browser? There it is.
History. Why is there
Opera.
so much bestiality?
I keep talking amongst yourselves so I can find it again.
So, Skyrim. That's basically all I've been talking about all week. And people at work are really starting to hate me.
Are you gonna play naked?
Huh?
Are you gonna play naked? Ever just wake up and just be like, let's do this?
Oh, I wasn't sure if you meant like my character naked or me
no,
personally.
No, yeah, you naked.
All right, I got it.
I might. Usually I play games in my underwear because I sleep in my
I
underwear.
did that with Uncharted 3. I slept in my underwear and then I got up and I'm like, oh god, Uncharted. So I just sat in my chair and played for like 3 hours.
I actually am 12 years old, and I will wake up at 6:30 in the morning to play that game.
I've realized that men don't age like mentally. Like once we hit 25, we stay around 16 maturity wise. Because my dad, I'll just say a fart joke at home, and my dad will laugh hilariously, or a poop joke, and we will laugh together.
See that, Erica? I'm not going to grow up, and you can't make me.
Dude, we don't grow up. It's all right.
I'll make mature decisions, but I will still be immature about them.
Like men can whip out the maturity, kind of like our penises.
Oh, yeah.
But
Giggity.
but we stay kids inside.
Giggity.
Go.
All right, let me reset this. Anonymous. Some of the internet's sleaziest users must be freaking out today, having been outed by Anonymous as visitors to child porn forums.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Vigilante Anonymous hackers are taking their war on underground kiddie porn to a new level by posting the IP addresses of people they claim are pedophiles.
Dude, the FBI should or the CIA or FBI, they should just make
Deputize them.
like anonymous section of the FBI, and then just be
Everyone's
like, go.
anonymous. Now, Anonymous has been waging a month-long campaign to rid the digital underground of child porn called OP Darknet. So far, their attacks have been limited to taking down forums and websites where pedophiles trade child porn on a shadow internet known as the Darknet.
Darknet.
But now the hackers say they're sick of waiting around for law enforcement to act against those sites. They said, quote, they'll take forever. Due process for some of these guys are so weak. One hacker, as they told them in a chat room, the best way for law enforcement to react is for us to release it. They can choose whether to follow or not.
You know what really? All right, when they hack a computer, do they have to go?
What's going to happen to Eric? Oh no.
Now when they hack a computer...
All right, when they hack a computer, don't they have to kind of go through the computer to make sure that like they have it on there, or do you think like they're just like, oh, you're on this you're on darknet, so you're automatically a pedophile.
Well,
Because I mean, that would suck for that guy having to look through a computer for.
Well, here's what they did. The list of 190 IP addresses posted by Anonymous is the product of an elaborate sting nicknamed paw printing that looks like a lot of FBI investigations. Anonymous hackers were able to trick visitors to a popular kiddie porn forum by downloading bug software, which tracks their every move for 24 hours. Oh. The pedophiles on Darknet use anonymizing. I had a hard time. I was trying to say it like anonymity, but it's network Tor, and I've heard of Tor.
Yeah, I've heard of Tor too.
To hide their traces. Earlier this month, OP Darknet learned of an upcoming update to Tor about a week before its release. By hanging out in the chat room used by Tor developers, they realized that this update would be a perfect opportunity to set a trap. Tor users are very, very scared about Tor being hacked. One user told Gawker. So they'd rush to install any software update if they thought it would patch a critical security hole. Their confidence must have been shaken with the recent attacks against Anonymous.
So did they release their own fake version of Tor?
They released their own fake patch.
Oh.
And people, Tor users are always afraid of it getting hacked. So they think
what is Tor for me and the listeners who don't know what Tor is?
It's a proxy. It hides your IP address by faking it to another one.
Got it. All right.
It's just a program. Yeah, it's a program that acts like a proxy.
Yeah. So when you go to sites, your IP address is supposed to be this, but it's changed to something else.
You can change it to like a German bank or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, that's what they did. They tracked these people using that update for 24 hours, and then found them going to these websites. Going to the kiddie porn websites, and so then they took their real IP addresses and just posted them online.
That is fucking clever.
Wow. Bravo, Anonymous.
Yeah.
And that is Anonymous's third golf clap.
What was the first? All right, we did it for the Mexican cartel.
Yeah, which, by the way, they're backing off of that now.
Why?
Because it's a Mexican cartel, dude. They'll kill you.
Yeah, but they don't have computers down there.
Well, they obviously got something. Damn.
Guns. They're just gonna shoot the internet.
We're gonna shoot you, internet. We're gonna wish we hadn't shot you.
Essay. All
right. Anonymous. Anonymous track people going to a lot of weird websites. A lot of weird people come from Japan. So.
Oh.
In Japan. Japanese government unveiled a plan to build a backup city for Tokyo.
That sounded like almost like a fake cough, like a Japan. Bring in the robot.
Bring in the robot.
I don't know what the robot would do.
It's like a Hello Kitty robot. Just be annoying.
It was like Fisto from Fallout.
But they're building a backup city for Tokyo, which will be built on a 1,236-acre site. Will be able to accommodate 50,000 residents and 200,000 workers. And it's about 300 miles west of Tokyo. They're building the backup city. They're building the backup city just in case there's another earthquake tsunami mix that may cripple the city. It didn't do it this time, but it worried them that it may at some point. So if Tokyo gets crippled, they can move to this backup city.
Tokyo sinks about 4 feet every day, or like every year.
So does Mexico City. They sink a lot.
While we're on the topic of Japan,
Probably all the cartel.
the whole nuclear, the nuclear power plant down there. I read an article where there's a video of the president of either the electrical company or Japan showing how safe the water is. He like dips a cup in like a water reservoir, like right outside the place, and like drinks it. I was like, ooh,
ballsy move.
Yeah. That's like when the episode of The Simpsons when Mr. Burns ate the three-eyed fish.
Yeah.
These fish are safe, and he ate the three-eyed fish.
Nice.
I liked after how when they were having problems with the nuclear plant, and people were like, "This goes to show you how dangerous nuclear power is." I'm like, really? A nuclear reactor was hit with an earthquake and a tsunami and didn't melt down.
Yeah. And then I remember, like here, the Omaha World Herald was like, that one in Nebraska City or wherever the fuck it's at.
Floodwaters are coming near. Yeah. Oh, lordy.
Did you know there's a nuclear power plant in the bottom of the Veterans Hospital here in Omaha?
No, I did not.
It's decommissioned, but yeah, it used to run off of its own nuclear power plant.
That's awesome.
So deep inside the Veterans Hospital awaits a meltdown.
All right, I'm going to try and segue off of this story, but this one might be tough. All right, Japan has a lot of shows and mangas that have protagonists that are very young. Like in Pokemon, the protagonist is about 10 years old. And a 10-year-old pulled a 9mm gun on a woman after she joked about stealing their candy on Halloween.
Okay, so when you say that, it almost makes me think that like that's part of the segue. And there was a story I read that there was a 10-year-old who pulled a 9mm gun on a woman. And a woman makes up about 53%. 53% Google. Boom.
No, at Aiken, South Carolina,
Oh, God.
a 10-year-old boy pulled a 9mm handgun on a woman after she joked about taking his candy.
Is that from the Jimmy Kimmel challenge or whatever? But
What?
Was
Jimmy Kimmel on a show wanted a bunch of people to put up YouTube videos of parents saying, "Hey, I ate all your candy," and then he was going to do a montage of them on a show. So I was wondering.
No, this wasn't part of the
what
Jimmy
was this
Kimmel
kid's
challenge.
costume?
They didn't say. But the 20-year-old woman knew the kid she was walking up to. It was a kid on her street.
Oh, okay.
And so she just jokingly said, like, "Oh, I'm going to take your candy." The 10-year-old then said, "No, you're not, bitch," and pointed the gun at her. Meanwhile, another child claimed to have a gun as well, but never revealed it.
All right. Now I'm asking this not as racism or anything.
Was
the
he black?
child black?
I don't know. The woman
And I am
was.
asking as a racist. Was he black?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Holy shit.
But the 10-year-old's gun was not loaded, but did have a clip of ammunition on him.
Dude.
Both,
What? This guy's 10?
Yeah, both the kids apparently took the guns from one of the kids' grandparents
Dude.
Why are they rolling around with them?
just to protect their candy, man.
This was Halloween night?
This was Halloween night.
Don't want to get their pee-pees touched by no weirdos.
I'm going to take your candy.
And I actually have some
Bitch,
audio.
please.
I have some audio from the street that they were trick-or-treating on. This was the street they were trick-or-treating on. So, I mean, if you have to trick-or-treat on that street, of course you're going to bring some protection with you.
You got to pack some heat.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus.
There's like a
Everyone's dressed as, someone in full Kevlar armor.
Knock, knock, trick-or-treat.
There's like a
Oh, Three Musketeers, my
an
favorite.
8-year-old walking down the street with just an RPG.
Yeah.
Not gonna touch my candy.
Give me a toothbrush, damn you.
Caramel apple.
All right. Halloween, a lot of kids go out and they get candy that's really bad for them and gives them the shits. Another place that gives you the shits is Taco Bell.
I've only gotten the shits there like 3 times. Okay.
Georgia police are hunting for an aggravated Taco Bell customer who threw a Molotov cocktail at the restaurant's drive-thru window after phoning in a complaint that there was not enough meat in his chalupa.
Jeez. Wait, was it the XXL double beef chalupa?
2XL chalupas.
Wow. Yeah. There better be double the meat. And if there's not, Molotov cocktails. Boom.
It occurred at 5 a.m. Sunday morning.
What the fuck?
The small-
where's this at again?
5 in the morning?
was in-
There's Taco Bell's open that early?
Dude,
Ours
there's
open at like 10.
24-hour ones in bigger cities.
This was in Albany, Georgia.
Albany's a sort of big city.
Yeah.
I mean, all ours open at 10.
On North Slappy Boulevard.
I know.
We are children.
I know in Minnesota there's 24-hour ones.
The man apparently got 2XL chalupas, got home, realized that there was not enough meat that satisfied him. So he actually called up there and said, "Hey, there's not enough meat in my chalupas." And they're like, "Oh, we're sorry. If you come back, we'll fix that for you." He came back through the drive-thru, Molotov cocktail right through the drive-thru.
You only get one chance to please me. Good.
Dude.
That's what happens when you fuck over Duke Nukem.
Dude.
Fuck over Duke Nukem.
How fucking mad and pissed off do you have to be to do that? Like,
Okay,
over some fucking chalupas.
Okay, first of all, he had to get a bottle of something flammable.
It's usually like vodka, I think.
Okay, well then, yeah, he had to get a bottle
Or
of vodka.
Everclear.
Yeah,
will do that.
Everclear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, more than the $2.19 you pay
Yeah.
for the chalupa, or I guess in this case $4.38.
Maybe he already had it.
That is true. Well, anyways,
Maybe he already had
nonetheless.
Molotov cocktail.
Okay, so he would have to go out, buy it, unless he already had the Molotov cocktail, make it ready, do whatever you do to it, put the rag in there, shake it up, whatever. Drive back to a place where they're totally ready to give him a new chalupa with more meat, and just be like, fuck it, gah!
That's like the anti of the. What's the thing at McDonald's where you would just grab the fucking ice cream in the ice cream cone?
Coning.
Yeah, that's like the opposite of coning. Molotov.
Coning.
A bottle of fire instead of a cone of ice cream.
I wonder if when they opened up the drive-thru, if he yelled fire in the hole before he did it.
That is a fucking pun.
No, it's not.
Yes.
No,
Yes,
it's
it is.
not.
Fire in the hole.
No,
Fire
no,
in the hole. Cocktails fire.
No. You guys don't get the joke. The joke was back when I was in high school, people would go through drive-thrus with a glass of water.
Oh, yeah.
And when they opened the door, they'd yell fire in the hole and throw it on the person that was in the drive-thru.
Okay, well, to us who haven't been in that experience with you in high school,
I never
that's a
did
pun.
it, but people talked
I'll let
about
this
it.
one slide.
And yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah, I won't even pay that $1. No, you guys
fucking
you were
pun.
just wrong.
We have to hold you down. Pay the $1. Pay the fake $1.
Hey, don't tell them they're fake. We'll edit it in post. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, of course. And we'll also edit down the no. And I was trying to get you guys to just shut up for a second so I could explain myself. All right, Taco Bell, crappy food. Domino's, crappy food.
These are getting good. You're cleaning it
Yeah,
up.
dude. Maybe like once a month we'll
This
do
is
Segue
this isn't really that smooth though. You're just like you're forcing the segue.
Well,
it's
these
like,
aren't-
oh yeah, talk about crappy food.
These aren't really smooth anyway.
Yeah.
Like a smooth segue shouldn't even be like more than a couple words. Yeah.
You know what that makes me think of? Domino's.
I'm just forcing segues. Like these are just
Matt's like
I mean, it's better than like
Molotov cocktail or
Molotov cocktails are hot. You need hot things to cook food. You need food for sustenance. Sometimes when you need sustenance, you don't just eat things that are healthy, you eat things that are crappy. Sometimes you can get a pizza which has a lot of things on there. It's a lot of sustenance. You're going to need fire from the Molotov cocktail to cook the food so you can eat the food for sustenance. Domino's pizza.
or that was actually a really good one. I'll give you applause for that. But you need fire for a Molotov cocktail. You also need fire to light weed. And when you smoke weed, you really want Domino's pizza.
There we go. Domino's managers charged with arson after burning down a rival Papa John's store.
Classic.
more like Class E. This is really good.
Yeah.
Manager Brian Sullivan, who's 22 years old, thought the Domino's business would increase if the Papa John's was put out of business. This was in Lake City, Florida.
He was a general man? Like he was the store manager?
He was a store manager. Now he got Sean Davidson, who's 23, another manager, to help.
Dude, 2 managers.
Wow.
So 2 managers, Domino's Pizza, burned down a Papa John's.
They're both under 25 and prone to make stupid decisions.
Yeah.
That's what my insurance tells me, at least.
Now, Sean Davidson,
nails.
the 23-year-old who was helping Brian Sullivan, has confessed to arson. Sullivan has not. Now, the case is still open because they're looking for the unused ignition device, which the men say they tossed on the side of Interstate 75.
What is
So
it?
like a
used?
lighter?
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what they used.
Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, because this says unused, but the thing is the Papa John's did burn to the ground.
Now, the only reason I could think that they would do this maybe is that Domino's is like a franchise, not a corporate. And so, like, money actually does help them in one way or another.
I could see that, yeah.
And then they're
but
like,
that's still
oh,
pretty
maybe-
damn extreme.
Well, yeah,
right?
that's extreme. But I'm just saying that maybe that was a thought process that they were like, well, we're a franchise. Maybe we're not making that much money. Let's just fucking burn down Papa John's. Papa Murphy's, whatever. One of them.
Yeah, Papa John's.
Papa John's, all right.
Yeah. Personally, I think that, maybe if they, instead of burning down the other place, because this is a capitalist society, maybe if they put out like some ads, had a sale,
Or
maybe
the,
some coupons.
Or the guy holding up the sign dancing on the corner.
maybe
Oh,
the
God.
arrow and have them spin it around, whatever.
Have you guys seen the video of the guy listening to metal? And he's holding an arrow and he's just playing it like a guitar and whipping his hair around.
That's awesome. Whenever I drive to work, like when I drive to work in the afternoon, I see people from Taco John's. This is on this is just off of Dodge Street. By Village Point, so it's a busy area. And
Oh, I know what you're talking
They're
about.
standing in the median with like a sign, like, "Hey, come to Taco John's." Like, first of all, you've got to hate your life to do that. Second of all, you're probably gonna get hit by someone.
I've seen people. There's one on 100 like 47th and Q. There's a Taco John's, and they have one guy that whenever I drive past, he's just breaking it down, dancing.
Oh, I work like right next to that.
Yeah. Oh, that UPS store.
Oh yeah, the UPS store right there.
I
should check that out sometime.
I saw a YouTube video of a guy throwing his sign at a car because the guy like rolled down his window at a stoplight. He was just like, hey, probably said something like, you fucking suck.
Hey, loser.
Whatever. Just being a jag-off. And the guy just like, straight javelin throws his sign. And it gets into the guy's car. And like he just sits there because it's still a red light. And I'm like, really? Okay. Whatever. Law-abiding citizen.
I bet he felt like a dick.
So, okay, for this last news story, should I do a long, contrived segue, or should I just do a quick one?
Only if you have a good one.
What I would do is just name the subject and make that your segue.
Yeah.
Like, talk about Domino's Pizza, boom, in it.
Okay, assault.
Okay.
I didn't have a good long one, but last time when I did it, I didn't have one either. I just started saying things as they started coming to my head.
Assault.
I was going to say, speaking of anger over food.
That's a good one.
Speaking of anger over food, police in Florida have arrested a 45-year-old woman after she allegedly attacked her 80-year-old father for refusing to share his potato salad.
They got sand in the potato salad.
Karen Henry.
Classic rocket power.
Where was this again?
Karen Henry of Palm Bay, Florida.
That's 2 Florida stories in a row, huh?
Became enraged. Oh, man, I could have said, speaking of violence over food in Florida.
Yeah.
Became enraged after the incident, wielding a knife against her 80-year-old father. And verbally abusing him. So she said mean words to him.
Oh, damn it.
Dude. Karen became angry because she could not have any of the potato salad. She then began throwing and breaking items, and then grabbed a large kitchen knife and began threatening her father with it.
Is she mentally handicapped at all?
No, she
more
looks like a crackhead, though.
Okay.
She does. Henry's father...
Does Amber live in Florida now? Bazing!
Her father, Hubert, defended himself with a chair before retreating to his bedroom for safety. Shortly after police arrested her, she began complaining of abdominal pains. So then she was moved to a Florida hospital, where then she was caught on the phone with her father trying to get him to drop the charges. So then she was also charged with tampering with a witness.
Oh, my God.
On top of aggravating assault with a deadly weapon.
Nice.
And she is in the Flagler County inmate facility without bail.
Dude, people.
Potato
salad.
Show me potato salad.
I wonder.
She was not shown any.
I'm gonna finish my sentence.
Sorry.
You know what? No, I'm not.
No, finish.
No,
I
I'm
want
not.
you.
I derailed you because you derailed me. And
I
now I'm
want
done.
you to finish your sentence.
Okay.
I value what you say.
I'm wondering what she's gonna be telling, like in like the prison yard. When they're swapping stories, like, why are you here? Didn't get any fucking potato salad. My douchebag old man.
What are you here for? Robbery. What are you here for? Potato salad.
I'm here for the potato salad.
Someone tries like making her bitch. She's like, no potato salad for you. And just rapes.
Just with the fist.
Yeah.
All right, so speaking of jail, which is often the end of the line for a lot of people, this is the end of the podcast.
Good one.
There you go. Signing out.
Can't sign out yet. I got to do the spiel. So remember,
Signing out. Damn it. You know what? I better just leave it to you. Signing out.
That's a little premature. I wonder if Erica has anything to say about that.
So she has an out. So you can find us.
That's the third time you've used that joke with me and my girlfriend.
Yeah, the first 2 were on you, and then I was able to come back around with the girlfriend.
That's called a callback. Yep. Jinx, you owe me your soul. Yeah, I play for keeps.
You owe me a soul. So, you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/3hitcombo podcast, twitter.com, 3hitcombo PC, that is a number 3, PC stands for podcast. You can email us at 3hitcombopodcast@gmail.com, find us on gpxgaming.net, and from the Facebook page, you can find all the other weird sites we're on. We're on everything. We're even on MySpace. So,
Hey,
you can find us there.
Did I see that we had 63 fans on Facebook, or is that still 36?
It's still 36.
Like us on Facebook.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like us on Facebook.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
Come
if-
on, people.
If you like our podcast, like us on Facebook. Come on.
Like, the more likes we have, the better quality we want to produce.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
my
I
view.
mean, I always produce great quality, but
Man, if we
I
hit,
throw out these segues like
if
they're
we
nothing.
hit like 1,000, all right. If we hit 1,000 likes, I will do something crazy on video. There we go.
He will cut
Like
off
the
his own
Pain
penis.
Olympics? Huh? Are you doing something like that?
No body mutilation.
Okay.
No. Well, then what's the point?
We'll shave one of Andy's eyebrows.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You could just get it rethreaded. I figured out that there's a thing called eyebrow threading, which is
Fuck
it
is that?
sounds really gross.
You can get a
Is it,
weave.
is it literally they thread?
Yeah. They wax your eyebrow off and then they give you a better eyebrow.
All right, so I'm going to
It's the
cut you off
bionic
there
eyebrow.
so
We'll
we
think
can
of
end the
something.
podcast.
We'll think of something.
All right, so that's going to do it for the podcast. Remember, check us out on all those websites, and we'll be back next week. Leave a review on iTunes, by the way. We'd love to hear a review from you. If it's not 5 stars, then don't bother. So, for Skylar and Andy, this is Matt signing out.